Hi, I'm Gina Costigan, and today we are doing 50 and Fabulous, which you've learned through the trenches, sponsored by Main Street Mortgage. So I wanted to take some time today to introduce my guest, and I've been trying to have her on for quite some time, but our schedules have been kind of busy. So I'm so honored and excited today because we actually got it on the books and we actually made it happen today. So I am here to introduce the famous chef who I'm honored to have on to the podcast today, Miss Brenda Backal. How's that sound?
Perfect.
We practiced that a few times today. There's so many things about you that I'm just, amazed by from just our conversations, not just outside in the business world and our networking and all the fun things that we do, but here today. I love when people that come on the podcast, they actually sit in my office and I have time to do the one-on-one and get to know you a little more. So I had no idea that our children are about the same ages, and you have a daughter that directed one of my favorite plays that I didn't get to see, but my daughter did because I was in the hospital. But anyways, we'll come back to that. Just to hit on a few things, you are married and you met your husband. It was kind of a setup. What is his name? I didn't get a chance to ask
George.
George. Okay. So you and George met, and it was he was coming to visit you maybe for 2 days because he wasn't sure. And he ended up staying for 3 weeks or something?
3 weeks.
So 3 weeks. And they got engaged quite quickly, and they had about a 1.5 year engagement. And then they had decided to come to the States in 1991.
Yes.
And to move to the United States, it was because he was here, obviously.
Yes, correct.
Okay. So George was here, and then you guys had 2 children. You have a daughter. What's your daughter's name?
Galia.
And she's 30, and a 27-year-old son. And what's his name?
Uri.
Oh, okay. I like to get to know kids. I like that they're around my kids' ages. See, we're so young here.
Very young.
Okay, so Brenda's had quite an experience being a chef, and just a little bit about your background. You were the owner of Be Back for More and BB's Kitchen, and now La Vida Culinary, where we bring the restaurant quality experience you crave with personalized touches, curated exclusively for you and your guests. Well, that's a mouthful right there. So tell me a little bit about the companies, how you incorporated these companies, how they came to where they are now, and tell me a little bit how you started all this.
Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome.
Been a long time coming.
It has been a long time coming.
So excited to be
Me too.
here. Well, as Gina told you, I came here in 1991 with a different degree that is nothing to do with a chef. I was a graphic designer.
Oh, okay.
And then I was a teacher for 2-year-olds for like a long time, 17 years.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Then I do and I still do stories for children, which I create the artwork and the stories and everything else in my spare time.
Oh yeah, after feeding 100 rams every morning for 3 years, you had a lot of spare time.
I do have a lot of spare time. So then 2006, because I love to entertain people, my husband had the idea to why don't I go to learn, how to be a cook, more professional and stuff like that. So the Cordon Bleu came. I was at the Cordon Bleu for 1 year and 4 months. That's how long was the course.
That's here in LA, though.
That's
right?
here in LA, in Pasadena. And then after that, I start paving the restaurants, going to work at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. I opened 4 bakeries, 2 high-end restaurants, and I even opened another one in Malibu that unfortunately didn't last.
Yeah, you said that before. You said that. Now, so when you're saying you opened the restaurants, that's when you became the sous chef or the chef?
The executive chef.
Okay, the
Yes.
executive
I mean,
chef.
we opened the restaurants from the ground up with nothing, like from the plumbing to the electricity.
So they were brand new.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm bummed the one in Malibu. I'm sure I probably went there. But
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm
so
sure
you did that, and then from your experience there, though, you decided you wanted to be more of an entrepreneur.
Yes, from my experience there in one of the restaurants after an accident that I have in my last restaurant, I ended up on disability for 9 months. After 9 months, I got the call from one of my friends saying that they need help. She didn't say where. She just said, come meet with the people and find out what the job is about. I need you to cook with us. I'm like, okay, fine.
I can do that.
I can go and cook anywhere, right? So I got there and I figured out that was for the Rams, which I have no idea what football was because I was not a football fan or anything like that.
Oh, okay, we're going to get to the Rams, but yes. So
that's how my entrepreneurship started.
with the Rams. She
With the
cooked
Rams.
every
I
day
cooked every day
for
from
3 years
Yes.
to the Los Angeles Rams, which I wouldn't have minded that job, but I'm not going to. That's for different
You
reasons.
don't want it.
But every morning,
Every morning.
you had to memorize. You said their meals.
I memorize their meals, their breakfast.
Each one of them.
Yes, I have 89 omelets in 39 regular eggs that I
Oh my
have to
God.
cook every morning, aside of the hotline that we assemble for everybody else.
And those aren't little guys. They're
no.
huge,
No,
and they
they're
wanted their
huge.
food.
And they want their food, and they want to eat 5 times a day.
Yeah.
Very healthy. but
Very
yeah.
healthy. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Well, that just amazes me. I mean, I'm going to get back to that, but I mean, we talked about your start at Le Cordon Bleu, and then tell us about your experience catering for. I mean, I know you catered the Rams, but did you get any other opportunities from this? And what was the highlights? Did you get any highlights from doing that position?
I did cook for other athletes that
Mhm.
were not the Rams, just because they were here on vacation and they needed healthy food and healthy meals, and they needed them like certain way, and I knew how to feed because I knew how to feed the Rams.
I'm just going to ask you one of the meals. So you're cooking for the Rams. They asked for healthy meals.
Mhm.
So is that just an omelet based with like vegetables, or I mean, this is interesting to me.
Yeah, there is a
I can make eggs. That's why I'm asking.
there is a set that you need to have the eggs, the protein, you need
Yep.
the carbs, certain carbs, not every single carb because
That's bad carbs.
and then you need the fat. So you need to know your macros, you need to know all that stuff that goes in how much they can have. I mean, I'm not telling you that they ate 8 eggs a day, but
Right.
no, they ate 3.
Yeah,
But they have several meals during the day.
throughout the day. And so
Yeah.
did you cook all those meals throughout
Yes.
Holy, for 3 years?
For 3 years, I had 2 helpers, and that's what we did. I even did the groceries myself.
And then that was there at Cal Lutheran.
That was a
And you kind of designed it a kitchen there.
Yes,
right?
Yes, we started with no kitchen. We started with a Mongolian barbecue stove, and from there, I demanded a sink.
I would, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
blame you.
Because we didn't even have a sink to wash the dishes.
That's nuts. That's just crazy. So after that, you went and your professional journey, you started here. So that is when you have Be Back for More,
Yes.
BB's Kitchen, and now you have La Vida Culinary.
Yes.
Can you share the stories behind each of these venues and how do they differ in concept and creation?
Yes. Be Back for More started, if you can tell, Be Back is short for Brenda Backal.
Yeah, okay.
Back for more, and I was always asking people if they want more. So that's how I created in my sleep. It's funny because at 4:00 in the morning I couldn't sleep, so I just say, okay, well, how do I call my business? And I said, Be Back for More.
I love that.
And that stayed. So I liked it, and I start inviting people over to my house and do entertaining and stuff like that, dinners and things. And one of my friends sometimes asked me to go and cook in her house. So I mean, I was not charging anything at that time. Crazy idea came when I decided to buy a food truck, which that was the worst idea in my life. I had my food truck for 4 years.
Where'd you take the food truck?
We were in Oxnard, Thousand Oaks, every single brewery that you can imagine.
Just at like events, or did you go to parties?
We went to feed their breweries.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, I see. So
Yes.
outside where
Outside with the
different
commissaries.
breweries.
Yeah,
That would be hard.
was very hard. That was the worst idea I ever had in my life.
It sounds kind of cool.
It was cool until
It's cool
you
for us to
start
go to
learning.
the truck, but not because
Exactly.
they do have one. I don't know. It's at Moore Park. I went and watched a band, and they had a food truck out there. It was like really good. I wonder if it was yours. It was not too long. Oh, maybe like 10 years ago. But
You need to love it. I mean, we
need-
went to every festival. We went to everything.
it's a lot of
It's
work.
a lot of work, and doesn't pay. I mean, honestly, it does not pay because you need to have permits in every city.
Right.
You cannot park anywhere, which nobody tells you.
Right.
Please, if you're gonna buy a food truck, come to me and I'll tell you.
So yeah, you'll give you the ins and
I'll
outs.
give you exactly
You
everything.
tell
that
us
you
the
need to do.
scoop on the food trucks. From private chef to caterer to pastry chef.
Mhm.
You wear many hats. What's the most rewarding and most challenging aspect of balancing like all these roles for you? Because I mean, you are everywhere, and you do a network a lot.
I try.
And I know, I get it. we run in a lot of the same circles, and now I'm so blessed to have you on my Women, Wealth, and Health.
Thank you.
Because you're part of that too. I mean, you are like Women, Wealth, and Health. I mean, you get it. you know, what it means to be healthy and all that
Yes.
from the dietary stuff that you do with these.
Yes, and I lost
a lot of
pounds.
eggs.
Yeah.
Good for
and
you.
I lost 80 pounds. So yeah. I'm very
Wow.
proud
From
of
your healthy
myself.
cooking.
Well, yeah, I try.
You know how to do it.
Okay.
I know these
I
rams
tried.
get it, so or they did.
They did.
So what? How do you balance it all? I mean,
Well, I started being a pastry chef. I didn't start being a chef per se. I mean, I went to culinary school to be a chef, but I ended up being a pastry graduating as a pastry chef. So from that, I evolutionate to become. I forced myself to learn to be a chef and then an executive chef.
And so, did you just the pastry chef? Was it just did it not pay enough, or you just wasn't passionate as you were for other things?
Being a pastry chef, you need to know a lot of science. It's very scientific thing because everything needs to be precise. You know, if the measurement has to be exactly. I mean, I love to bake, I love to cook, I love to do all that stuff, but cooking is just add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit. Baking is a more
scientific
thing, and no, it was not.
Yeah, because I have a girlfriend that can bake like I've never seen and cook cakes. And I had my daughters threw me a party. It was a Barbie party. It was pretty funny. I was my 49th, but she gave me a cake, and my girlfriend made it. The Barbie was in it, and the cake was like this, but it was all a dress.
Yes, I did too.
Everyone was like obsessed with this cake. I mean, it took over the whole party, but but she's like that though. I mean, she can make things real fast, but everything is she knows it, precise. But
I'm very famous about my scones. Everybody likes.
I know. I have not
scones.
had the scones. I've heard about the scones.
I'll bring you some.
I'm ready for some scones.
Yes.
You know, I work now. I'm here all the time.
Yeah. I can experiment with everything, and thank God people love it, and I get a lot.
I love scones too, by the way.
Oh yeah,
that's my cheat food. Okay, so we talked about some of the good stuff here. You do teach cooking classes.
Yes, I do.
And it sounds like a rewarding experience. Is it? Do you find
love
that?
it. I
want to take one maybe.
I mean, I've been teaching people how to do pasta, which people think is very hard.
I can do that.
It's super easy.
It's super easy.
It's super easy.
Yeah.
I've done pizza parties. I've done charcuterie boards. I've done.
That's a good one to know too, like how to really specifically do them. My daughter's getting married, so I need to know a lot.
You need to know.
I need to hire a chef.
You have to hire a chef. You need to hire a chef. I mean, but basically, people come to me and they say, "Oh my God, I wish I can know how to cook octopus." We have a class when I taught them how to
cook octopus
and how to grill it and how to serve it.
See, that's one fish I will not eat,
and
so we're not going to cook that.
But the most fun for me is because I am Mexican and I like to teach people the real Mexican food because tacos and burritos
are not and enchiladas no.
And enchiladas
and I can do the enchiladas and I can do the tacos.
Burritos is not Mexican. Let me please clarify this.
But I can make those, and I'm half Mexican, so I get credit for that.
Mexican,
right? You're talking like
real Mexican food, like your
mole.
birria, your my mole. I mean, I came up with my mole sauce for years, and 2 years ago, I decided to go bunkers and sell it to people. I did.
And you did. And you sold it. You were in Las Vegas for that.
Yes, I was in Las Vegas for 3 days. I got a lot of connections. I got a yes from a few retail stores.
Cool.
And and I created a powder as well.
How do you adapt your teaching methods to different skills and from beginners to more advanced home cooks? Like, I would definitely be like, I'm going to give myself credit by saying middle of the road. I told you my daughters got hot dogs and mac and cheese when they were little, and I thought that was their, blended meal here, and some peaches. So there's their fruit, their carb, and they got a little meat here. So, but no, seriously. So someone like in the middle of the road, what would you do?
Well, I would say I wouldn't precisely divide it into sections because there are many people who know how to cook, but they don't know how to measure or how to assemble it or how long does it take to be the way I wanted to do it. In my classes, I stay by you until you perfected what you want to do.
It would be a class like you do private, and you said you do classes.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you do that individually in their homes, or
I do it in their homes.
Or if someone wanted to have like a cooking party and it's a pasta theme, would you bring all the contents?
Yes, I bring everything. I bring from the flowers, from the boards, the paddles, and everything else.
Yeah.
But usually, you only need 2 hands and a rolling machine.
Okay.
to
Very
do the
fun.
pasta.
Fun. I'm thinking all these fun things here. So where do you find inspiration when creating new dishes? And I like that part. And do you ever draw from Mexican traditions or experiment with fusion?
Well, if you come to my house, you're gonna see a library of 180 to 200 cookbooks
Oh
that
my
I
gosh.
don't use those recipes. I just browse about
To
it
see things.
to see things, and I just create my own menus, my own
You take a
recipes
little bit here and there,
here
here
and
and
there.
there.
Yeah, it's like we have a bao bun. I don't know if you are familiar with bao buns. Those are
Mm-mm.
Japanese breads that
Okay.
they stuff with the pork and stuff. It's more Korean than Japanese.
Okay.
And I add birria, and I add octopus,
I'm not a fan
duck
of
with
that.
mole.
So you create something.
Yeah, I do Mexican Korean sometimes. I do. I mean,
Really?
very Jewish food. Also, I also turn them into Mexican, like gefilte fish, that which is fish that we eat in the high holidays, but we do it Mexican style.
Yes, because you said you're Mexican and Jewish, so
I'm Mexican.
you had to combine the two.
Exactly.
I love it. I love it.
I always experiment, right? Like I have my husband; he's my guinea pig, and I said, "Okay, try this one. Maybe I can change the menu to this one, or what can I
Is
add?"
he usually very helpful with all that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's super helpful. He's always there. Anything I need, he's there. For me.
Oh, and he's retired. You said
I think
now.
he's retired. Yes.
So that's nice too.
Yeah.
That's nice. Well, you have too much energy. I don't think. Yeah, I think you're going to be working for a
I
long
am an
time.
independent woman.
Yes.
And everybody asks me, "Can I help you?" I'm like, "No, thank you. I'm
Well,
independent."
You're used to running your own show too.
Yes.
I get that. What's the process if you're going to make something like a new dessert? What type of process would you use on that?
I think I get bits and pieces of every dessert that I made, and just
What's your favorite?
try it.
I just have to ask.
My favorite dessert
Yeah, that you make.
that I make, tiramisu.
Tiramisu. I was going to say flan.
Flan is one of them, but tiramisu is one of the most, and cheesecake is one of the most.
That's what I told you. I
the
want
most,
some cheesecake.
yeah, the most requested cheesecake. I have a client who comes from San Antonio. I told you, and every time she comes,
She wants the cheesecake.
5 cheesecakes.
So why are we not getting this at all these meetings we go to? Why
Because
am I not getting?
nobody asked me for it.
I'm going to ask for some. I don't need cheesecake right now. I have a wedding coming up, so I'm not supposed to be eating
Well,
like
it can
that.
be fat free.
It can be, yeah, but I might be needing a chef here. So we talked about the Rams, but it being a unique experience. But I mean, you didn't really have time to prepare for that job. It doesn't sound like.
No, I had.
I mean,
3 days to prepare.
Yeah. I mean, that's high pressure and high stress.
You know what? It was the unknown that I was afraid of, because it was just here. Here's the list. Here's what they can eat. Bring me a menu. Bring me start getting all the ingredients.
I mean, did you go to this? I mean, did you literally go to Costco and have 2 carts or 5 carts of 8 zillion eggs?
Yes, every other day.
Every other day.
Yeah.
Did they probably think this lady eats so many eggs?
They were like, "Why are you cooking for so many people?" And we end up renting a container that we use as a refrigerator. That was stocked 24/7, 6 days a week.
Of all the food. Wow, that's a crazy. I mean, those guys. I'm just like mesmerized because I know how much they get.
I think nobody understand. I mean, when they hear, "Oh, you cook for the Rams," that's great. I'm like, yeah, no.
But no, the details of it.
Details
I mean,
is
it was like you said, 6 days a week, leaving up at 2 a.m.
Yeah,
shopping every day or every other day.
Every day,
and you had 88. Schedule that they want scrambled, some want a burrito.
Yeah, and I have a menu, like a daily menu for everybody. And
so you'd create new menus, but you'd have to stick to the macros, the carb, and the good fat, and the eggs, the protein. The cheese. Shoot, that's making me tired, but except making me want an omelet. Like, I'm a little hungry, I guess. Have you ever had any memorable or surprising requests from high-profile clients?
Oh yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, all the time. I mean, yesterday I got a client who called me and she says, "Well, we want a Asian fusion dinner for 45 people." And I'm like, okay. And I mean, she gave me a crazy menu that I don't even know if I can make, because has nothing to do with anything. It's just a scrambled egg with nothing in a few words. It's like duck with I don't know what you say. Honestly,
was it like a referral or something?
was a referral, but was like a makeup menu just to see if I can really make something crazy like that.
So it was a high profile
yeah,
client.
and yeah, but I have to look a lot on the gluten free. It's a lot of vegan, vegetarians.
Well, I was just
fat-free.
saying that to someone yesterday. It's like, you know what, when you really think about it and you go to cook, right? You're seeing all these people. I mean, what was 50 years ago? And you had chefs and you had sous chefs and you had everything. They weren't looking for this because anybody ate everything.
Yes.
Everybody, and if they didn't feel good after they didn't eat, they didn't eat.
Exactly.
And it's the same thing, I think, with pregnancies. You know, everybody's taking these 90 vitamins and doing this. It's like I took the scheduled vitamins, but it's just so much has changed now.
A lot has changed.
You know,
and nowadays I do cook for a lot of families, 4 families a week.
Yeah, really consistently.
I
Wow.
go to their house, I cook for them, and they're happy with their meals. I
would have loved you when my girls, because they went and got hot dogs, mac and cheese, and peaches. They would have loved you too. But
you can use
my one daughter can really cook. And I don't know where she got it from. She probably her grandmother, and then my youngest is just like me. Her fiance cooks though, and she cleans, so they have a really good thing.
That's a good My daughter cooks, and my son-in-law
cleans. Yeah.
That's
so now it's just me though. So I'm like, I feel guilty to even, I talked to you about having just dinners that are healthy, and we're going to talk more because I do have that wedding coming up. And I get home. So for people still like me, I get home at 7. I work all day. I go work out right after work. I get home at 7, and then I'm frustrated because it's here. By the time I get downstairs, it's 7:30. I don't want to eat something bad because I wasted my workout. And I'm so damn tired.
But you don't want to cook either.
I don't want to cook.
So that's why you need me.
That's what I do. I need you. I've answered my own questions here. Okay. What trends in the culinary world are exciting to you right now?
Let's see. I am into Michelin star dishes. Like I'm starting to learn how to make it nicer, how to make it better, how to plate it better.
The side dish.
The sauces and stuff like that. Like, I mean, Michelin star food is not my combo because you don't get fed. You just taste the flavor.
You mean like the sauce? Not so much like the mashed potatoes or asparagus on the side, or both.
What I mean is that, when you go to a Michelin star restaurant, they give you this much.
Yeah.
Right? I am not into that. I'm not into this either.
Right. You just want the portions to be.
But, the portions and the elegance of how to plate. That's what I'm into right now.
Okay. That's what you're into.
That's what I want to say. Edit it. Everything that you don't like, please do me a favor.
Okay. What advice would you give to aspiring chefs, especially women, navigating the culinary industry today?
If you really like to cook, my advice is go and look for a job in a restaurant. Even though if you're going to start from the bottom, like prepping and cutting and chopping, and learn there. Because when you go to culinary school, they teach you the recipes, the methods and stuff like that, but they don't really teach you the lifestyle of a chef, of a cook, of a line cook. It's hard. It's hard. And you are on your feet 10, 12 hours a day, and
it's hard. Yeah, you have to love what you're doing.
Exactly.
And you can see, and I've known you for a while now, but I can see every time I'm around you, I can tell you reek your passion, and that's what you need to succeed in anything, I think.
Yeah, you need to love what you do.
You need to love what you do, and you exude that. When I meet you, or even when I see you, and I can always see that, and that's always something that's appreciated, because we all have to appreciate what we do or love what we do. And everybody has those days where we're like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, don't talk to me.
Don't talk to me today, or my legs are achy, or I'm tired.
Yeah.
But you have to enjoy what you do.
I do, and that's the thing, right? When people lately ask me, so what's your specialty? I'm like, I cook with love. That's what I do.
You do say that.
Yeah, because I don't know what to say, because I know so many things. I know to do so many things, but cooking with love is a different thing, because if you are not passionate, like you said, it's not going to work.
Yeah, I mean, cooking with love. I mean,
like, I will never sell a house because I'm not a salesperson.
Or do alone. You never do
or alone, or anything like that.
But that's not your spot. But that's I said.
Exactly.
Cooking for me has always been a necessity. It's not been a passion. Because now I can't. Then you got to clean up. And then for me, it's all like just a pain. Like, literally, I had someone at my house until 8 last night after she left. This is after work, gym. She was at my house till 8. I'm like, I have to eat something. I ate like these little, I look like a child, 6 chicken nuggets. They're vegetarian, but I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Well, that's why I do the shopping for you.
I know.
I do the prepping. I package it. The only thing you need to do is
Is
take
eat.
it out and heat.
Yeah, see, then
Heat
I
it
went.
up.
Then I have to be the ram style, but half of it, like real healthy.
Don't worry.
Oh, you're gonna get me in wedding. You're gonna get me wedding ready.
Yes, I am.
I'm feeling it. With all your accomplishments, this is the it. What's for you next, and any new ventures or projects that we should be looking out for, Miss Brenda?
My mole has to come to life.
Yeah.
My mole has to come to the stores. I need to really push this because I think, I mean, you have other mole sauces in the store, which is not good for you. That have a lot of junk in there.
Yes.
But pushing this has been a dream of mine. I mean,
You
I
did.
was going to quit 3 days ago. I told my husband, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. And he goes, are you nuts?
You're not stopping now, he said.
No, I'm
He
not
was like,
stopping
he
now.
said, I'm retired. You can't.
Exactly. So yeah, that's the goal. I have 3 products now. I have a mole verde, the mole poblano, and the powder. And it's just a matter of
Getting them in the stores.
getting them in the stores.
So you got to network that. You got to meet the right person, and you got to get the right people. You'll do it. You'll do it.
And then I can retire.
Then
I'm never going to retire.
No, I know.
No.
I feel the same. I'm like, I need to retire too, but I don't see it
Never.
happening for a while. Like I said, I got a wedding, and then I got to, travel. I got to have some fun.
We need to have some fun.
You need to have some fun.
Exactly.
Yeah. So all this work and no play does not make Gina very happy.
I've been working for a
Non-stop.
long time.
You have been, you
I
do.
need to have some
You
fun.
need to have some fun. So you need to go on like a vacation and not cook and just eat the wonderful food.
Well, you know what? The best vacation is to go to Mexico City with my mother
Oh,
4 times a year.
how old's your mom?
My mom, she's 81. She
my,
still works.
my dad's 81 and my mom totally healthy, and my mom's 76 just turned. That was the birthday party you saw.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm so blessed
My
to
mom
have.
still works. She
She
drives.
works?
Yeah, she's a travel agent. She has been a travel
love her.
agent for 45 years.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
she has an office in Mexico. She has an office here. And so I go with her because I don't want her to go alone after the scare that she gave us last year. But so I'm very...
That's awesome. We got to say, hey, you know what? We got to just spend as much time as we can with our parents. I enjoy my family so much, and it's always fun. But yeah, I mean, having my grandmother spoke. I mean, my grandfather barely spoke. I was telling you a word of English, Spanish, Mexican.
Mhm.
He was more on the Indian side, and then my grandmother was more that Spaniard, white. So my mom's, very fair. But when I would tell people I'm half Mexican, half German, they're like, you have blue eyes and blonde hair. I'm like,
no,
my dad, no, I'm definitely, my personality is the Latin
You're
lady.
Yeah,
I'm definitely the
lady.
Latin.
Exactly. I want to thank you for having me.
Oh, thank
today.
you,
I've been
Brenda.
looking forward for this.
I have been
and
too,
I hope,
and
people take out of this podcast.
we're going to get your mole in stores. That's what they're going to take.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much, my dear.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.